Hello, my friends. Happy Friday. Welcome to Real Talk with Relationships. I am out here in my backyard in Connecticut today. It's gorgeous out here. I'm happy to be with you today. So, my darling, if you are struggling in your relationship and you're really wrestling with that question of what you want to do, whether to stay or go, I know how painful it is to have to be sitting on the fence and how much energy it takes to be constantly having that question go on in your mind. And so, if you are feeling stuck, if you're feeling lost, if you're feeling frustrated, if you feel like, I feel like I've tried everything and I don't know what else to do, and I am just really struggling with how to get clear on what I need to do about this relationship, then today's topic is for you. And this is really about helping you take back your power, to get clear on what you want and what you need, and to how to care for yourself through this process. Because I can tell you right now, I understand how draining it is and how difficult it is to be sitting on the fence, because I've been there. And I sat on a fence for a lot of years, and I know most of the women, that's what the statistics say, is that we struggle with that question for years before we can make a decision to start to take some action and figure out what we need to do. And so why is that? It's because most women don't have the tools they need to be able to get clear and make the decision that's right for them. We just get stuck, and there's so much fear that comes up, and confusion is one of our protection mechanisms of our mind, because the confused mind can't take action, and so that's kind of one of the protections that happens. So we stay stuck in fear and indecision. And what I want you to understand is that there's actually a process that you can go through. I call it the relationship clarity process, and I've come to understand this process through my life experience, through my training as a transformational life coach, through all the research I've done, and through all the women that I've been working with over these past several years. And so if you're feeling stuck right now and hopeless and just lonely in your relationship and just kind of depressed about the whole thing because you don't know what else to do and how to find your way forward, then that's what I want you to know, is that there's actually a process that you can go through. And so what it looks like is that the first step is that we just need to we need to understand like what we have control over and what we don't. And I think that's the mistake that most of us make, is that we're just looking at our partner and thinking, if I could only get him to change, if I could only, figure out how to fix this situation. But the problem is, we don't have control over anybody else. But I will tell you that you have a tremendous amount of power to influence the situation. And I talk about this in some of the trainings that I do. And I want to share with you a special opportunity where we can get more support with this too. But, that's really the first step, is to just like get your focus off trying to fix or change or control anybody else, and turn your attention back to yourself. And I know I say this a lot, but that's where it starts, for you to feel empowered. And I want to invite you to review the training that we did last week. We had an amazing 5-day training, the 5 keys to know when it's time to go. Had so many women just express so much gratitude to me for how it has helped them feel much more clear and like they're on the path to figuring out what they need to do. And I've had so many requests from people that they didn't get to see each of the days. They missed some of the recordings. So I'm gonna put that back up for you all later on today, and I'm gonna leave it up through the weekend. So I want to invite you, if you didn't catch it, it's the 5 keys to know when it's time to go. It's gonna be up for a bonus replay weekend this weekend. And it's day 1. We're just talking, what I'm talking about right now is what's not working and can you fix it? And that's really the idea, is that we don't have control over other people. We got to get the focus back on ourselves. And I go into depth about how much power you actually do have to shift the relationship dynamic. And, you know, this is an invitation for you to take back your power and, you know, feel better. How do we care for ourselves through this process? Day 2 is getting more clear about what do you really need to be happy? And am I looking to my partner for things that I need to be giving myself? And I know that was the big mistake that I made, and that most of us, I think we do that to some degree, is like we're looking to get stuff from our partner, that, you know, love and that approval, when maybe it's really our own that we need to figure out how to get more of. And that was certainly my experience in my relationship. And I know a lot of the women that I work with, it's like, you know, we start to realize that we start to learn how to come into a really good, loving, right relationship with ourselves. Whew, that's powerful. That can change everything. And I know a lot of the women that I work with, they find, you know, just by getting the attention off trying to control and fix and change somebody else and getting it back on themselves and looking within themselves to see what is it that I need to feel whole and at peace and complete within myself, learning the tools I need to, how do I be there for myself? How do I handle my thoughts and process all my feelings? Then sometimes it doesn't matter so much what your partner's doing. I had one woman who went through the training last week, and she got in touch with me and she said, I just really have to thank you so much, because using the tools that we learned last week, this was what I'm talking about right now. She's like, I realized, it's like, I'm, you know, it's the story that I'm telling myself about how he's showing up if he's in a bad mood. And I'm interpreting that as not getting that validation from him that I need. And I realize, like, I can give that to myself and I don't have to make up a whole story in my mind about what it means. She's like, I just had a huge breakthrough. I decided, you know what, I'm going to stay with him, you know, for at least, you know, for now. It's like, I don't need to be, you know, having one foot out the door right now. I can stay and I can work with this. And I have some tools now that I can use to support myself through this process as I continue to get more clear, but we're good for now. So hallelujah for that, right? It sucks to be on the fence. It's a painful, confusing place to be. And I'm telling you right now, this stops here. You don't need to keep struggling. Really, if you, you know, if this is something that you're struggling with right now, and, you know, if you're just wasting so much of your life energy struggling with this question, I really want to strongly encourage you to take advantage of this free training. It's only going to be up for this weekend, and it's a very powerful, very content-rich training. And, you know, it can really be the beginning to start to change your life and change your situation. And really, it's about, you know what, I just want to help you feel better right now. Like, so yeah, getting clear on what you need to be happy. Where am I putting my focus? Where am I giving away my power? And then we also did a really powerful process on how to get unstuck, how to break free from fear and guilt and indecision. And just some really powerful tools. The emotional freedom process I shared the beginning of with you, which is how do we sit with difficult emotions, and how can we really be there for ourselves? I think, like, what does it mean to, like, be empowered in your relationship? Is how to be there for yourself, how to process your own feelings and your own thoughts so that your well-being is not dependent on anything your partner's doing. We talked a lot about that, how to stop reacting to your partner's behavior, and to also understand, like, when you do get triggered, it's okay, and it's an opportunity for us to look within ourselves, like, what is it in me that's getting so triggered? And it's a real opportunity for growth, to come into, like I said, greater self-love and acceptance. And that's the beauty and the power and the depth of the transformational coaching work that I love to do with you, is just really helping you remove those buttons that are getting pushed. We can deactivate any of those places where you're getting triggered so that you're not in reaction. That's the mistake that we all make, I think, is that, you know, we're just constantly reacting to what our partner's doing. And I want to invite you to get the tools you need so that your well-being, you're in charge of it. It's like, okay, I got triggered. it's okay. Now I can sit down and process what's going on for me and feel sovereign within my own self, that I have the tools I need to handle my own thoughts and my own emotions, and then I can see more clearly too. Okay, well, that's your stuff, and I'm good. I'm over here, and so we can really start to shift things and how to show up for ourselves. How about that? Learning how to show up for ourselves and support ourselves emotionally. And of course, I know it's not easy, and that's why I'm here, and that's why I do the work I do, and that's why I'm offering these trainings, because we do need support. And yeah, so I'm just excited because that training, it's we did 5 days. It's about 45 minutes each day. I'm going to put the replays back up for you, so please take advantage of that. Message me if I can be of any other support. We get more into also just looking at what does that whole relationship clarity process look like. So don't worry, we're not making any big life decisions after this training. But you're gonna feel more empowered, more clear, and like you understand what the process looks like that you need to go through in order to get that clarity that you need. So I'm really happy, really excited to be able to offer you that again this weekend. So I encourage you to take advantage of it. Please type in here if this was helpful for you at all. Give it a thumbs up if you found it at all helpful or encouraging. And just know you're not doing this alone, and you don't have to keep struggling. I promise you. There's processes, there's tools, there's support available. So I love you, and remember the bottom line question. You can always ask yourself, what do I need to do right now to take care of me? Maybe I need to carve out a little time for myself this weekend and watch this training so I can get off the damn fence and start to feel a little more peace and clarity, learn how I can get the tools I need to feel more empowered and to come more into peace with myself. So I love you all. Please type in any questions, comments, things to share. Message me if you want. Let me know how I can be of support. And I hope you'll take advantage of watching the training this weekend. All right, my darling. Lots of love. Mwah. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.